Hello, welcome everybody. I am Lunar. Welcome to the Lunar Limb channel. Now, I've got a project. I've got a very big project, and it's coming to you guys. So you know how I love building my warships. Yeah, we have the ultimate warship build coming to you. You may have an idea just from this, but you know we will see. I am building a computer inside of a Type 55 Renhai destroyer. It's a Chinese warship, and I am basically building a computer inside of one. Scale 1 to 100, so it's going to be about 180 centimeters long, and it has arrived. It just needs to be built. It's in sections. I'll show you that in a bit. But this is the idea, the plan, the brainchild behind this, really. So what we have here is we have just a rough 3D model of a Type 55 Renhai. It's very rough around the edges, and we've just basically just used it as like a layout for all the components. Everything in green is going to be one of my 120 mil fans. We're going to use Corsair iLink, so we can cable run it all at the bottom, make it look really nice. Everything red is a component, so we have the component here. This is the power supply unit. This is going to be the graphics card. This is going to be the motherboard, and this is going to be my Corsair H150i 360mm radiator, or the AIO cooler. I was going to fully liquid run it. We're not going to do that now. The blue here that you can see, these are going to be all of the panels that are going to be cut out. This is going to allow air to flow in and out. We've got a blue here. This is going to be like airflow. And we're going to put a blocker in here so it can't get trapped here, and it's going to slowly focus out. Again, curved one here, so the AO pulls in air in this bit. We may extend this all the way down, we may extend this all the way up, we may cut out here, and we may also cut out a bit here so that we actually have airflow for all of the 3 fans on here. And we're going to cut out, so you see this silo here, we're going to make sure this is cut out. We're going to add some cutouts here and here. This will allow this fan to like pull air over the motherboard and help cool down like the RAM, the NVMe drive. You know, make that really nice and cool. We're going to put in like a slope here to pull that air smoothly down so it doesn't start trying to come in this way. Basically, all of the air for the CPU cooler has to be passively pulled from all of here using the 3 fans. I don't want it pulling anything here because I feel like it's going to mess up the airflow. We're going to have an outtake up here. I don't know how we're going to vent this out. We'll probably do lots of cutouts, the main cutout being here. So that should work quite nicely with the power, with the motherboard down here, pulling air out and over from graphics card, which will have cutouts probably on the back side here. This is only a waterline model. We're not using a waterline model, we're using a full model, which you'll see at the end of the video. So we'll have to cut out some like vents on this side that hopefully no one will see because it'll be up on the wall. And then we're going to have an intake here, which again is going to be using parts on here to try and pull air in. Again, we're going to have some intakes meshed out on the back, so you guys can't see that on the final build from the front. And that will be pulling in air. So we're going to we need to make sure that this is not constricted. But effectively, we're going to then make a shroud. This is going to be pulling all the air underneath the graphics card. Ideally, we should be able to move this. So if we blank that out, we should be able to move all of this like maybe this way a bit. I've just used Tinkercad as a rough idea. It's a good software. It's just a little bit difficult to sometimes manage. And then we can pull this back a little bit, maybe like here. Ideally, I obviously want it to be pulling air from this VLS, because then we will be able to pull like quite a lot of air from there. But if we're doing that, the fan's going to have to be rotated. Oh, fan would have to be rotated like this. Actually, sorry, it's already the right way round, but there's going to have to be more, you know, something like this, and then it's going to be not quite pulling it down. I mean, there is a way that we could actually get this to be done, in fairness. We could probably drag that in over, but as you can see now it's hitting the graphics card, so we're going to have it like this. We could then angle that in like this. and then we could actually probably build this so it goes in and then goes under. That is possible. And actually looking at that, that's actually a good idea, and maybe we'll try and model that so the air gets pulled in directly from the VLS, goes in the fan, goes into another shroud, goes under. This then pushes up, but as it pushes up, we'll probably put a blocker here so the cold air doesn't get pulled, although that's not actually a bad idea, to have it pulled all the way under. But then the hot air, the exhaust should be here, the cutout air should be then pushed up and hopefully pulled out with this exhaust here. It's going to be slightly angled, I think, so we can get this airflow maybe going a little bit towards the back. And then this red one's going to be the power supply unit. We're going to have a cutout up here to service the fan on the top. But the power supply unit is going to be in like a separate sealed chamber if we can get it like that. And I feel like this should be adequate airflow. If we need to add in more, we can. We've got quite a few cutouts, as you can see, that should allow enough airflow. The radiator at the back should be really, really cold at all times because we've got all of this airflow. It's just the graphics card I'm worried about. But with enough vents and stuff around here, it's just going to be a matter of how we're going to pull this in and out. And obviously this is going to mostly be identified when we actually start building the thing. Although I've got the actual thing, I've got the components, I need to like sit around, maneuver, work out, you know, where's the best place to put them. We could quite easily rest this at the bottom, sure, but we need to make sure that the cables will reach and stuff. You can see this little grey thing here. This is a rough estimate of the PCIe cable extension. Now we're going to have to make sure once again that this cable to here is going to be long enough, can stretch long enough, and to then fit. But I reckon we can do that. So what we're actually using here is this model. It's been printed, it's finally arrived from a guy called Alpha Hobby UK. I'll put a link down to his eBay store. He does some fantastic models for remote control builds. Now obviously we're not building a remote control, we're building a computer, but it's effectively very, very similar. And having spoken to him, he managed to scale it up to 1 to 100 and printed that on PETG and then sent that to me. So absolutely fantastic guy. If you wanted to try something like this yourself, I would probably use his builds. I mean, the print quality has been really, really good. Externally, internally, some of it's a little bit, could have been done a little bit better, maybe with drying the filament first. But to be honest with you, the scale of the model, it was always going to have issues printing. And it's actually printed extraordinarily well. So you can see this is how I'll be building it. I don't quite know how I'm going to get this glued. I need to look into that. Maybe some like fiberglass tape. It will obviously be taped. Inside's going to be fiberglass, then epoxied to smooth that out, make sure there's no gaps for the airflow. But yeah, it's going to be such an exciting build. It has all of these little bits in, obviously built to scale. The gun has arrived, that looks fantastic. And yeah, obviously we've got all the panels. Obviously this is just his listing for it. But at the end of this video, I'll attach a quick like layout of what it's going to look like, because I've laid it out on my carpet, and attach that to the end so you guys can see already how cool it looks. I'm not going to build it on camera. I'll obviously build the computer being put into it, but like gluing all is going to take days, because I mean I've got to epoxy this stuff, I've got to clamp it down, I've got to wait for it to dry before I do the next bit. But yeah, this is going to be a really exciting project, and I cannot wait to have you on board for this one. That's goodbye from me, Lunar. Hello and welcome everybody, this is Lunar, and we are just going to quickly show you the Type 55 Renhai Destroyer ready for the PC. Now we just got to glue it together and get ready, but you can see this is going to be one hell of a build.